Happy Saturday. Make sure I'm live. Okay. Right. Well, think about a plant. I have this plant, aloe vera plant, that was put in a pot. And over time, it got so big, it broke the pot. And because it was so constricted, we could never really use it. The aloe vera itself was not the nice, slimy type of aloe vera. And that's because it was so constricted, it was not able to grow to its best size and provide the best quality of aloe vera. And that's because growth environment makes a difference. If you're in a constricted environment, you will not be able to grow to your maximum potential. You'll be constricted. Same as this plant that I had. If the same plant had been put on the ground, for example, where it could flourish, it could grow, and we do have some plants that are in the ground, the same type of plant. When you pluck off the leaf from them, you can see the quality of the gel, unlike the gel from the plant that is in a constricted environment. So here are some things to think about. Your growth environment, so you can create a growth environment. It should look like this. In that environment, there are people who are ahead of you. Are you surrounding yourself with people who are ahead of you that you can learn from? That will cause you to want to grow as a result. And because you're in a place where the people ahead of you, you'll be challenged, because complacency kills growth. Again, with that environment where people are ahead of you, you'll be focused on how can I get better? Not to compete with others, but you're inspired because those around you are also growing. So you'll be thinking more about how you can be future focused. Where is your growth happening? And is the environment affirming? There's a quote that I would share also. I have yet to find a person who did not do better work and put forth better effort under a spirit of approval than under a spirit of criticism. Sometimes we think the more we criticize and we point out the negative parts of what a person is doing, they're going to get better. But no. By fostering a spirit of approval for what they are doing that is right, that person is going to want to do even better. The next is to create a growth environment is to get out of your comfort zone. It's going to be risky sometimes, but you have to get out of your comfort zone. And there's a quote I'll share again. Ronald E. Osborne said, "Unless you do something beyond what you've already mastered, you will never grow." Because that's complacency. Yeah, also in an environment where others are growing, kind of what I alluded to in the beginning, where the people around you are ahead of you. So they're growing, you're also going to be growing. There's a willingness to change. Another quote, change itself is not progress, but change is the price that we pay for progress. And then last but not least, growth is modeled and expected. That's amazing, because there's an expectation. When there's an expectation, there's an encouragement, and the environment is in such a way that it's encouraging you to grow. So this is the best scenario, because the people are modeling it, so they are also growing, and as a result, everybody is growing. Still falls back to the first one I talked about, where others are ahead of you, and this of course will also encourage you to grow. So what you can do next is to encourage a growth environment for yourself or for your team, so that all of you can grow together. So remember, others are ahead of you, you're all growing together, you're still challenged, your focus is forward, the atmosphere is affirming. I think that's very important. So you don't want to be in a place where you're being criticized all the time. Of course, there's a place for positive reinforcement, positive feedback, not criticism. And then you're out of your comfort zone. The others in your environment are also growing. There's a willingness to change, and growth is modeled and expected. So take responsibility for creating an environment of growth for you and your teammates. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and God bless. Bye for now. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow.